The county searching for solutions to homelessness in our region.
District Attorney Summer Stephan joins us in studio this morning to explain what her office is doing to try and help. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Yes, thank you for being here. Obviously, we know that this is a growing problem everywhere in the county. What role does the District Attorney's office play in the fight against homelessness?
Well, it's actually a substantial role, because what we're finding is that there's a big intersection between homelessness and public safety. And it's both the public safety of the individuals on the street. They are dying at 118 times the rate of people who are not homeless from overdoses, especially fentanyl. But there's also a higher rate of, not everybody, there's people on the street that are there because of poverty, trauma, but there is a larger segment that is also perpetrating crime because of untreated addiction, untreated mental health, and other reasons. So we're seeing, for example, that robberies, aggravated assaults, we're seeing, people hitting people over the head, like in the gas lamp, different types of crimes that are making the community very nervous that are also being committed at higher rates when people are on the street. So we have a big role to play, and we are jumping in to play that role.
And it's about working together to make that happen. The city of San Diego recently passed the controversial banning of the homeless encampment. Obviously, as the city attorney, as the attorney for the county of San Diego, do you work with the city attorney when the city of San Diego passes something like that? Do you guys talk to each other to kind of get on the same page, or how does that work?
Yes, we have a lot of good communication. We really look at things regionally in our office, because anything that starts in the city of San Diego, the ordinance is a misdemeanor, so it would be enforced by the city attorney. But there's similar ordinances that are going to pop up, like the Poway ordinance, and across the county. So we always track trends regionally, and we talk together to make sure that all our solutions are aligned and make sense.
As a DA, do you recognize the argument made about public safety in terms of walking down a sidewalk, the example made by many people that the kid walking to the schools, for example, in downtown, can't get past all of the tents, and it becomes a public safety issue, potentially crime and everything else. It kind of escalates. And then other cities like Poway, where you would have jurisdiction there as a DA, doing the same thing. Is that the right solution? Is this the right solution in your opinion?
Well, it is a good solution if we are able to provide shelter. So this is really where the legal arguments lie. And this is why I'm very excited about a solution that I brought in March of this year that was approved by Chair Vargas and the Board of Supervisors, that will bring a first of its kind regional shelter app to the entire county of San Diego, 18 cities, every unincorporated area. This is unique, and the reason that we know it's going to be very helpful is because we used it for victims of crime. We were able to bring down the time to shelter victims from 10 days to 8 minutes with an 80% match. I'm really surprised that we haven't utilized technology. So bringing this technology solution, it's now in development. It's been designed by the actual users, the people who are on the street trying to shelter and house our community, law enforcement, hospitals. So we know the design has already been done, and it's now being put to the technology.
Well, now that the technology is being created for this, and that the app is, like you said, it's the process of being made, what about the folks on the street? How do they get the education to know that there is such an app available to them, hopefully coming soon?
Well, actually, I've talked to people. I was at a resource fair just this weekend, and it was an amazing event. And the folks who are unsheltered are excited about it, because when they are ready to accept shelter, they often have to wait so long that they get displaced, or they fall back into an addiction or a mental health crisis. So picture hotels.com. We can book a vacation in a moment's notice, but I can't believe that we couldn't come up with a solution similar to booking a vacation for our most urgent problem, our homelessness. So this is why everyone is excited and on board. We found a way to fund it, and we're going to be able to apply this and have everybody use it for free.
A lot of folks asked us when the app first came out, and you were here talking about that, of like, do the folks living on the street have phones? Do they have access to Wi-Fi? It seemed unusual, but a lot of them do, but a lot of them do not. How are they supposed to use an app if they don't have the technology and they don't know where to go get it?
So the first users are going to be the social workers, the hospitals, the nurses, law enforcement, and then kiosks are going to be developed in readily accessible places where they can go and have a phone and ability, a portal to actually look for available shelter that might be suitable. And in what really makes the most sense is to allow people to go there before they become homeless, to be able to find the right resources before they end up on the street, because it's much harder to extract somebody. I was talking to someone the other day who really was not in a cycle of addiction or mental health. They ended up on the street, and the desperation there, the fear, because our homeless people, you know, our data shows they become victims of attempt murder and homicide at 34 times higher rate.
Wow.
Being on the street is not humane, it's not compassionate, and it is very dangerous. And so they became addicted and really entered into a mental health crisis after going onto our streets.
The result of the environment that they are in. It's a vicious cycle. We've talked about that for so long. District Attorney Summer Stephan, we thank you for the time this morning, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks.